So what's going on in the markets, the greater markets, the crypto markets, etc.? Here's my take so far. I mean, I listen to a lot of people, right? We all listen around, look for perspectives. I feel that there's a bit of a tearing going on, I think the opinions are torn. It's interesting because I think most people are still on the bear side. I'll tell you where I am in a second. And I hear people making a bull case, and more people making a bull case, and people being very convinced of the bear. And so I'm sitting here with this, watching this dichotomy, and I just wonder, what's gonna happen? And I'm trying to take away how I feel the overall sentiment is and what's really happening. When you look at the greater macro landscape, it's still nasty. There's still a lot of uncertainty and unknowns. Like, are we in a recession? I think we are. The dollar keeps going up. What's that going to do to the globe? Because all the other currencies kind of compare themselves to the dollar. If the dollar gets too out of hand, that creates a massive global financial crisis. Earnings reports coming out, CPI reports coming out this week. A lot of stuff. And there's earnings reports for the rest of the month. There's the FOMC, the Fed meeting on the 27th. There is on the 28th. What's on the 28th? Oh, on the 28th is the second quarter GDP report. So if that comes back negative, then we're officially in a recession because they deemed 2 straight quarters of negative GDP, negative growth, as a recession, basically. So what do I think is going to happen? I'd say there are more bears than bulls right now, but there are bulls, and I've been watching some bears turn into bulls. That's interesting, right? Because you're watching bears turn into bulls. When you watch bears turn into bulls and bulls turn into bears, when markets are where they are, we're clearly in a bear market, right? Things are down. They've been down for a long time. They've been going down. Everything looks nasty. And I'm watching some bears flip into bulls. And for one, that kind of confuses me. Probably confuses you too. But it makes you think, what's going on here? Are we actually at a bottom? And the short answer just straight up is I don't know. But the fact that I'm thinking about this right now, when I was just like bear, 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 down, down, down. Now I'm like pausing a little bit, being like, is this the bottom? Could it be? I mean, all the things don't really add up to it being a bottom to me, but then I'm watching some bears flip into bulls is interesting. It's just something to think about. So that's on my radar. I would suggest you consider that too. Do your best to be objective and don't get too stuck in your own narrative. Be objective to what's going on around you. Hit that follow. You're awesome.